Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Dave DiStefano. He's the CEO of Richardson. Welcome, Dave.
Thanks for having me, Gerhard.
Can you share with us your views on the massive transformations that we are going through in the world of buying and selling?
Sure, great question. So, what we see most often in sales organizations today is the desire to move from one state to another state. And that's typically bannered under the word transformation. So it means a lot of things to different people. Where we see true transformation occurring is where an organization has a strategy, a business strategy change, and wants to affect that change through the sales organization. So it takes on many forms.
So we have actually two change universes. One is the buyer's world is changing at a rate of speed that is really dictated by change in technology.
Yes.
But then you have the rate of change of an organization that's usually a little bit slower.
Yeah, a little bit, much slower. Certainly in a sales organization, because of the dynamics of you generally don't want to mess with the engine that drives the revenue of the organization, right? But we all know we have to change. So what we see, many companies in all segments, in all industry segments, are trying to both, how do we sell more effectively to this new buyer? And how do we sell better and larger solutions? Let's not just sell product or service, let's sell solutions. And implicit in selling solutions is bringing some value beyond what your product or service can do.
So there are really two changes. One is change in process and the other one is change in behavior. Mm-hmm. How do you help companies make those changes?
That's a great distinction, Gerhard, between behavior and process, right? So let me just touch on process first and come back to behavior. Process is the far easier aspect to change in a sales organization because you're really talking about what people need to do and what they need to do differently, and we all can understand that better than how it is we're going to do that. So behavior starts at the top of an organization. So where we find the most leverage in any sales transformation is starting with the leadership. It's not good enough, I'm a CEO of my own company, it's not good enough for me to just say, this is what we're going to do, go do it. I need to understand the change story, how it fits with respect to the challenges that we face in the marketplace and the initiatives that we've lined up to address those challenges, and then how it affects my behavior. How will I be different as a leader? How will I hold my team different? How will I hold my mid-level managers different in their behavior to, in effect, lead the way of change?
So what you're saying is that as a leader, you need to change the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set.
Most certainly, right? But if you don't change the mindset, the skill set and the tool set don't matter. Tools won't be used. Skills will be forgotten very quickly.
Right. So how do we map change throughout an organization? So I view change as like changing the roadmap on how companies do business. Mm-hmm. How do you map it out?
Well, clearly, again, your questions are very insightful. Mapping it out is key. It's a change initiative, right? So transformation means change. It can't be addressed with the flavor of the day. So you start with a vision. You start with which cascades into a strategy and then a plan. So where we come in and help organizations is we'll start with the sales process and try to identify the very key activities that occur throughout that sales process that lead to fulfilling a pipeline and codify those in a manner that are understood by the entire organization where you can get leverage and scale. But tie those to buyer-centric indicators that we call leading indicators that give evidence to the salesperson and the manager as they move along. Is the buyer moving with us along this journey, along this sales journey? In other words, does it match to the buyer journey? So that is core to everything we do. Once you have that landscape set or that roadmap, now you can begin to teach skill. You can teach methodology and you can teach dialogue skill to have higher level and better conversations within the context of that sales process.
So the final question, as I look at the transformation in the sales software industry, I see an evolution of sophistication with apps that compete actually with the evolution of skills. So I see a gap between the two, that as software gets more sophisticated, I see salespeople struggling with learning as fast to match the quality and sophistication level of the application.
That's right. I mean, if you know, I have children who are teenagers and they play these advanced video games that I see all the time, Xbox games. And the skill set, the app itself, the game itself, has so many variables that can be played at any point in time, and they're using both hands and thumbs and fingers. Yet, if you don't understand the way the tool works and don't practice the ability to handle that controller, then it doesn't matter how many opportunities or advantages exist within that tool, you're not able to use the tool or take advantage of the tool. So if you draw that analogy, a great piece of technology, and I'm a proponent of technology, it's just a means to an end. I have to have the skill to operate the technology in a way that benefits my ability to have a conversation and bring value. It's just a conduit.
Thank you, David. For anybody who'd like to get more information, go to richardson.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerhard.